guys, it's not Miss Mama coming to you live. It is 6:08. Sorry for our delay, but you know, that's how we roll. It is Friday and it's like, I don't know. It's full time. It's Friday.
Friday!
It's Friday.
I don't know what time it is.
12th of July. And yeah, so we're doing something a little different today, not a typical wine tasting that we normally do. But we thought that we would start going on trend with this whole spiked seltzer / hard seltzer beverage trend that's going on all over the place. So we thought there's a million different brands that are out there that are to be tried. And and we thought that we would taste test them against each other, because like there's a million out there. There's like Truly, which is one that's like everywhere. That's like the big brand that's you see everywhere. And then there is White Claw. That's another one, a big one. And then there's Bon Ami or something like that. And then when I posted this out there, I found out that there's a lot of other ones. Like apparently there's like a Smirnoff version, and there is a Corona Fresca that's out there now. That's all along the same lines of this, like, it tastes like sparkling flavored water, but it really is. It's an alcoholic beverage, and each one of them has, you know, the thing about it is most of them are like anywhere from 4 to 5% alcohol, which is a little bit less than in a typical beer. But they have a lot less sugar, which I think is really interesting. That there's a lot less sugar in these than you would find in like a traditional beer, and there's less they say that there is about the same amount of calories in these as there is in the light beer. But there are less sugar and less carbs in here, and they're supposedly like gluten-free, and sometimes they're sugar-free. But what I find is really interesting is that people kind of confuse this with beer, especially because you find it in your beer aisle, is that beer is made from fermented hops or barley, and these beverages are made from fermented sugar. Like, so how could this be less in sugar and less in carbs if it's made from fermented sugar alcohols? I'm no chemist, so we're gonna have to figure that out. But and I all of these seem to be on trend with this like skinny can thing. I don't know what that's all about. Like, what is up with the skinny can? What makes me a little crazy, because at the beach we all have koozies and stuff, but it doesn't fit in the traditional koozie size. So you have to like double up your koozies. So you have to get like one of these big, thick, foamy ones, and then stick a skinny foldy one inside of it, so that you can fit your skinny can into a koozie. You can thank me for that later when you're somewhere at the beach or the pool and you want to have a koozie, keep your drink cold. What do you call them? Koozies? Huggies? Snuggies? There's some, every part of the nation calls them something different. Like we tend to call them koozies out here, or Huggies. So there are, like I said, and each one of these brands has like what do you want?
I need to tell you something, Mom.
What?
There's a beehive over there in that phone.
There's a beehive over there in that phone.
I'm not kidding!
I don't know who would be using that 911 phone, but anyways, digress. So they all come in like, there's like 100 they're anywhere from like 90 to 100 calories per can, and there's like 2 carbs, which is nothing, and it's like total sugars is like 1 gram, but there's no added sugars, which I think is so interesting because it's made from sugar fermentation. I don't know. Anyways, I can't wrap my head around that whole thing. There's a million different flavors. Like when they first started with the Trulies were like your traditional like lemon, your lime. You had a grapefruit, and I think you had like maybe a pomegranate or something like that. Like that was the most exotic that they had. And now they've got like, what's this one? This one is passion fruit and pineapple and mango. And they've got a whole line of like tropical pineapple, like all sorts of like fancy schmancy ones in the Truly brand now. So tonight we are going to taste one of the oldies, like one of the like traditional ones that they started out with, which was a pomegranate, and one of the fancy schmancy tropical ones, which is a passion fruit. So I don't know who's on there with me. Who's out there tasting with me? I asked some of my friends that said they were singing the praises of like the Smirnoff ones, or the Corona Frescas, or there's another one there, and they're like, oh no, they're the best. So like, if you guys are out there, you're drinking them, and hey, if you got a Bud Light, crack it open. Who cares at this point? No, beggars can't be choosers, right? It's a Friday, moms. We survived another week. So yeah, all right. So I'm Melissa. She's with me here at the pool with our kids, her daughter, my daughter, her sons, my son, and she drove over the bridge, and she was the one on pizza duty. So she brought some pizza, and I'm gonna end up having to drink these without her if she doesn't get her sorry butt over here. Okay, so who's with me? I got 2 people on. What are you drinking? Are you trying any one of these flavors? What is your favorite flavor? Do you have a favorite flavor of these? Okay, which is your favorite of all of these brands? And what is your favorite of all of the flavors? Okay, I'm sipping without you. This is the pomegranate we're sharing because I'm just sharing. Cheers to you. Look at her. She's all fancy and she's got earrings on. What's that all about? And she's wearing a dress and stuff. She even has makeup on. I don't think I know who this person is. Okay, what do you think of the pomegranate?
But she does.
I always like pomegranate. Personally.
Pomegranate, I mean, you can't go wrong. They used to be seasonal. Remember, it was like always just something you get at Christmas, but now you can get it like all the time. So that's pomegranate. So I was just telling our friends at home that like Truly started out with like your boring seltzer waters that were like lemon, lime, grapefruit. You're drinking sangria. Oh, you should have seen. I don't know if you saw it, but like about a year ago, I did this wine tasting on sangria, and I had a recipe, and it was awesome. It was awesome. But when you make sangria, you gotta make like a big old bucket of it. But I will tell you. Wait, okay. I can't tell which one I like better. But so I think that I'm gonna say right now, from what I know, which is very little, that my favorite brand is the Truly brand because I feel like it's a little sweeter, and I can drink it a little easier than I could. I never liked Perrier. I never liked sparkling waters like that. So, but like, I find these. I don't think I would drink these during like the winter time. I would only drink them in the summer because they're lighter and they're more refreshing, and they're easier to drink, and you can drink more of them because they don't have quite the alcohol content. But then that's the flip side. Like, I can't. Some people are like, I don't get enough alcohol in here. But then there's other people that say, I'm going to be out on the beach drinking them all day. I don't want them to be too.
They have enough, right?
They got enough. They got 4 to 5%. What's that typical? She's really good with beers and like pilsners and stuff. What's the typical percentage of in a standard beer?
It's the same.
Is it?
IPAs are more.
Yeah, IPAs are more.
But I don't like IPAs.
Yeah. So,
Okay, they're yucky.
so I will tell you that when I was doing some research on these, I did find that there's like you can drink these like in a whole bunch of different ways. Like I was like, what can you pair with this? Because you can't pair like it's not like a beer we pair with a pizza, right?
Yeah.
It's like what do you pair with this? So I was looking around and they were saying like a fatty salty cheese, like a manchego cheese. But I just kind of felt like the only thing that I think I would pair with this, I wouldn't pair anything spicy with it, but I would have like maybe like a hummus or like vegetables and dip or I don't even know. But they were saying that there's different ways that you can serve it. So they're like, one of the suggestions was that you cut up watermelon cubes and you freeze them. And then you use them as ice cubes and pour your drink over it. So as the ice cubes melt, they impart a different flavor into your sparkling. Hey, Pat, are you drinking with us tonight? Are you having a beer or a Truly or a sparkling seltzer, hard seltzer, sparkling thing? So that was one thing, was the watermelon ice cubes, which I thought was pretty brilliant. So that's kind of along the same line as sangria. They said you can use this you can use these as you would any kind of non-alcoholic seltzer, like if you were making like a gin and tonic, or if you were making sangria and you needed some of that sparkle or whatever. Anytime that you need to use any kind of sparkling water, sparkling soda, tonic, anything like that in an alcoholic like mixed drink, that you can use these instead. And that just, what did you say? Just snack on some goldfish and call it a day.
There you go.
See, she was with us on our goldfish tasting once. But that's how this whole thing started. Is that Melissa and I used to do like wine tastings. We still do wine tastings with things that like you had around the house because you're kids, like fruit roll-ups and gummy bears and what else? Goldfish crackers and granola bars and Easter candy and breakfast cereal, macaroni and cheese, fish sticks. Then we were like, okay, let's try the fast food joints like McDonald's, Kentucky Fried Chicken, Taco Bell. Which one of the fast food restaurants? Which one was your favorite?
I think I the Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Yeah, I kind of liked the McDonald's one, but Taco Bell was really interesting because that brought me back to like the good old college days, right? Yeah, that was good.
What is this, blood orange?
No, that's passion fruit. So
Really?
yeah, so they were saying, like I said,
Have that.
I know. So they're saying like, hey, what you got? Ooh, gummies. I know, gummy bears. You seriously, you should have been on these. These were great. We had a lot of really fun ones. I think my favorite tasting was this breakfast cereal. We tasted wine, and we did like ice cream like bars, and we do pancakes. We taste and like, but then it was like chicken nuggets and what else did we do? We did a lot of really cool like this kid stuff like that you have like Oreo cookies, like just stuff like
Oreo
cookie dough. We did cookie dough, yeah. So We got all those archived if you feel like taking a look. Some of them were kind of saucy. Yeah, we did popcorn. We did flavored popcorn. Yeah. But so they were saying the ice cube trick with the watermelon. They were saying you can use this as like, you can pour it over, use it as a like tonic water substitute to get a little more oomph in your mixed cocktails. And then they were saying you could use it as like a wine spritzer. So they had suggested like get your favorite flavor of one of these and like dump some of it in like a cheaper white wine like a Sauvignon Blanc or something like that. And you could have like a white wine spritzer with it. Right? So you get a little pack for punch. And then they were saying that you could like top it off with a little juice or like mull some fruit or mint or something in it. But I was like,
fancy.
that's fancy. What? Huggies. Soaking wet wants to give me a huggy. We call these huggies. What do you call these?
The koozies.
Koozies. See, it's either a
Koozies.
koozie or a huggy or a snuggie. What else do they call them?
That's all I have.
Tell them the story about what happened to you when you were carrying these in the parking lot.
What? Wait.
The
what?
can. When you were carrying the can in the parking lot, what happened when you were loading your car? Tell them what happened.
Oh yeah, we were at the in-laws' house, and I just had to get some beer at Trader Joe's. It was about 9:30 at night, and I was getting the two things out of the back. Two things. So I need to.
You didn't want to take everything out.
I didn't want to take everything, just the two things. And then, lo and behold, one can of Guinness fell out.
One of the cans of her beer fell out.
One of my cans, a big little can of Guinness, just popped a hole. I mean,
And it fell on the floor. And then what do?
What do? You sit there, you chug it, and you're.
She just
in
kind of
the
like did like
yard.
and like beer faced it like
Yeah.
in
My
her
husband told me to.
in her in-laws' front yard.
His fault.
And I totally thought of you because I was carrying the cooler and one of them fell on the floor. And I was like, should I drink it or should I wait? I waited. It might be a little flat.
You know what was really cool though? It was really humid, and it popped a little hole in the top, and it was like fizzing out in a vapor. It was like, oh, this is cool.
Did it make a rainbow?
If it was light, it was dark.
That sounds delightful.
And then the best part is, after I drank it, I went in and gave the wine to my mother-in-law. I was like, here, thank you for having us.
Here's your hostess gift.
Here's the wine. She gave it to me the next morning and goes, here's your wine, you forgot it. And we're like, oh no, that was for you. Like, you were supposed to like have a glass before you went to bed. Like,
That was a gift for you. So was that her way of insulting you, saying,
No,
I don't want your stinking wine.
no, that was her being like, and I just realized they really don't think a lot at that moment in time.
Yeah, but you didn't ask her to like chug a lug the whole bottle. You just said, here's a nice hostess gift. Why don't
She
you
was,
have a
like,
glass
hanging
while
out
we have
with my
dinner?
son, with her son, with my husband, and they were hanging out. I went to grab a shower, and then later he comes up. I'm like, did you open the wine? No, they didn't open the wine. I'm like, I thought you wanted to enjoy a glass of wine with your son. And you're very wet.
Not only did my daughter just like impart her wetness on me, but she has pizza face, and she just put all the pizza sauce all over my arm. Hi. Go. Don't swim with that pizza. People frown on that. Okay, so did you like the pomegranate flavor better, or did you like the passion fruit flavor better? The Truly.
It's a very hard choice.
There are a million flavors. I just literally pulled these out of the box. I have 3 cases. You have to buy them by the case. So that's another thing that bugs me. It's like, if you love the grapefruit flavor, you can only get it in a 12-pack, and they're only going to give you like 4 of them. And you're like, great, now I have all these other flavors that are boring that I don't want, right? But yeah, so these I kind of like, of the 2, I like the passion fruit better.
It was pretty, yeah, they had
More flavor. But I will say that I had at her house a black cherry Truly. Those I think are my favorite of all.
Pretty good.
With second being grapefruit, but the black cherry is like having a soda. That is mighty fine tasting. Did you see how I concocted these to fit your skinny cans?
Look at that.
That's a mom hack. Write it down. The Hot Mess Mama. What do you call it? Original. It's trademark. TM, whatever. Okay, so then have you seen these ones? These ones are like, they're so fancy. When I see them at the beach, and I'm like, oh, these with the mermaids on them, and it says Bon and Vive. They're spiked seltzers, and they're like fancy flavors. They're like clementine hibiscus, which is like a fancy way of saying orange with a flower. And then pear and elderflower, which is a fancy way of saying pear with another kind of flower. But they've got these really pretty cans, and they make you look all fancy and stuff. Let's see how they taste.
You can have one of this.
Great, thanks. Look what my daughter gave me, guys. Pizza that fell in the pool. Pizza that fell in the pool. Clementine hibiscus. Now these ones have a little less calories. Like the Trulies have 100, and these have 90. And they have botanical flavors. They are gluten-free, no sugar added, and just right 4.5% ABV. What the hell does ABV stand for again? Alcohol. What does ABV stand for? Somebody Google that out there.
With volume.
Alcohol by volume. Somebody Google that out there. Ooh. This is really peary. I don't taste the elderflower, but I taste the pear. Whoa, that's really peary. Do you taste the difference between a clementine and like a cutie or like a mandarin?
That is very peary. You know, I know. There's no difference between clementine.
Yeah, but this has got a more orangey. I don't taste hibiscus in this, and I don't taste elderflower in this, and I can't. I mean, like I've had hibiscus tea. You guys have had it too. It's starting to come. It was big in Mexico, but now it's like coming mainstream now, and it's Jamaica. They call it Jamaica, and they have these red dried flowers, and you make tea out of it. But yeah, I know what hibiscus tastes like, and I don't taste any hibiscus in this, but I do taste clementine.
Don't know what elderflower tastes like.
I know what elderflower tastes like, and it's one of my favorite liqueurs. Elderflower liqueur, what is it? Saint Germain. Saint Germain has a liqueur. It's elderflower liqueur, and it is mighty fine in a martini.
They're refreshing. You could drink them like.
Of the two, which one do you like better?
Well, I'm not really a big pear person.
I love pear, but like it has a really strong pear flavor. Not sweet, but pear.
Yeah. I would say I like the clementine. But you know, these are more. I don't know. I think these might be better than the Truly in terms of
ingredients.
I
mean, like health. Oh, that's the other thing. There's this whole debate out there about
health.
like if they're like healthier than beer when they're checking.
Yeah, whatever.
I was telling them that you missed it because you were serving pizza to our minions. Did you know like the difference between this and beer?
I do not know.
Beer is fermented barley hops, and this is fermented sugar. So how could fermented sugar have less carbs, zero sugar?
It makes sense.
I know it makes. I'm like I still can't wrap my head. Maybe if I have another beer, I'll be able to wrap my head around it. Here, you start drinking
Have
it.
a few more of these.
Yeah. These are like botanical. That's what they have. They say botanical on them.
They're refreshing.
Again, I wouldn't drink this with in this anything time other than probably the summer. And I wouldn't drink it. Like I wouldn't say, hey, let's go sit down and have dinner and have it. Truly.
Yeah.
I would drink it at the beach. I would drink it at the pool. I would drink it at a barbecue. At a party. So yeah.
Those talk about flies.
Yep. Flies.
Season.
It's the season. So, in the interest of trying to pair this with something, I made this dip. And
Yourself?
I made this dip. Okay, and it's called like it's in there. It was
yourself.
yeah, it was I did. And it's one of those they say one of those Pinterest things, and it's like they call it like cucumber crack dip. Do you know where the bathroom is? Go right ahead. You're gonna have to carry on without me for a minute, Mom.
Shoot!
I can do it.
Okay, so but let me.
I'm gonna guess your ingredients.
Start walking over
It's
there.
gonna be fun.
Yeah, guess the ingredients. But like I thought it would be nice and refreshing.
Miss me.
I know poop is really important. I'm coming. I found this on Pinterest. I thought this would be interesting to try and have an ingredient, so I'll do it. And I thought it would be. It's cool and refreshing and summery and light that I thought would go well with this. To be perfectly honest, I didn't have the manchego cheese that they suggested that you pair with this. They had like a mango salsa that they also suggested, but I was like, I don't have time for that.
No. Let's try it. I smell
Cucumber.
cream cheese,
Mm-hmm.
maybe some cottage cheese.
Keep talking. I
Sneaking
gotta
it
wipe
up.
somebody's butt.
Yeah, wiping the butts.
How about air you?
I sure will. All right, let me try it with the clementine. Actually, pretty good, to tell you the truth. And a very good chef, I will have to say. So, let's talk about our ARU trampoline park. Does anyone have any trampoline parks by you guys, or have you ever been to one? We have one. It's an indoor trampoline park. And I swear the kids go boing, boing, boing for like 2 hours, or however long you pay. It's awesome. And as soon as you get in the car, it taps out. So nice. And that's where we went today. And that's why we were not able to leave yesterday, which is our usual schedule. So, you guys should really get this recipe from Susan. It's pretty good. Cream cheesy, but you put some dill with it. Very, very good. And it's good stuff. Oh, let me try it with the pear. It's not a good pairing. The creaminess goes better with the orange. Yes, much better. Creamy and orange.
Creamy with the orange?
Yeah,
Than
the
the cream
pear,
with the pear?
pear and creamy, not so good.
Let me just tell you, I find it amazing that my daughter. Hey, Kendra, what's going on? What are you drinking? Something with us? Are you drinking one of these sparkly numbers? I think it's amazing that like a girl. Oh, yeah, okay. I'm amazed that like how quickly my daughter can poop. Like she pooped like a big old poop. I don't mean to get like. We're moms. We're talking about poop at least once a day.
It's
Right?
poop.
It's poop. That's what we do.
Everyone poops.
Everybody poops. Everybody
Everyone.
poops, and everybody
Buddy poops.
Everybody toots.
Dog poop.
Everybody's poops. And so my daughter literally, by the time I got to the bathroom, she was almost done pooping. Now my son, on the other hand, will sit on the toilet for like a half an hour. Like,
Yeah.
and he always has to poop right before he goes to bed. Like we'll get into his bed and we'll sit down and start reading the stories and be like, oh, I gotta poop. I'm like, crap, it's gonna be another half an hour.
Yeah.
What is it? What is it with?
I don't know.
So-
I'm not going to call anyone out, but my husband does the same thing.
yeah, my husband does too, but I'm convinced it's nothing to do with pooping. They just
Oh,
are
no.
avoiding us.
Oh, yeah.
They're reading their email, they're playing their
yeah.
games on their.
It always happens right after breakfast when the dishes need to get cleaned up. Gotta poop.
Or the kids need to get to school.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Brian, you never tried it? Well, it's kind of like drinking a Perrier.
But not bitter. Perrier can be bitter.
Perrier can be
so I don't like it.
Are you drinking something special, Brian? What are you drinking? Well, I was trying to pair a food with this or a snack or something.
I'm gonna try it.
And I'm not sure. I wasn't sure what to do. So I made this dip that I found on Pinterest. What do you think?
It's great.
It's light.
Add a little dill.
Yeah. Oh, I wouldn't have thought of that. But that's probably really smart. It was a Pinterest, like one of those. Every recipe on like Pinterest is like the best blah 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 ever, or something crack. Something crack dip. Something crack chicken. Something crack potatoes. Like there's always something crack or the best ever. World's best. So.
Pretty good.
So this one was like one of those crack. Is it cucumber crack dip? And it's
Good.
like you get like a cucumber or whatever. The ingredient quantities were kind of loosey goosey, but it was like you peel a cucumber and then you like put it in a food processor or use one of your hand blender things with green onions
I
and
would not have guessed green onions.
Worcestershire sauce, salt, and like a block of cream cheese, and then you like just process it all together. Mush it all together. Hey, Mary, what's going on? Are you chasing with us, Mary? What do you I mean? Like, y'all, it's one of those nights where it's like, let's try this really trendy drink that's going on right now, this like spiked seltzer water thing, but like, just drink what you got. It's Friday. It's July. It's hot out. It's been a long week. Just like, yeah, Mary, grab one of your. But like, I'm curious as to what people's favorite flavors are or what their favorite brand is. So like, okay, so far, we have a brand that you
Yeah.
prefer?
So it's not a hard seltzer, but now they're making one. I should have brought one. It is like a mojito or some kind of like
A
very
mojito.
like a very strong drink, but toned down in a sparkle way. Like last night, I had blackberry mojito with sparkling essence. It was
There's
like
essence,
same
people.
size and calories. I don't know. Pretty good.
Usually, the only essence I get is a 7-year-old Sparks. So, yeah.
Yeah.
So I got some like chopped
Red
veggies.
peppers.
Yes, I got some chopped veggies because I
That's a
thought
funny story about red peppers.
she's got a
Yeah,
pimento, and I've got pimento cheese. If y'all are from the south, you know pimento cheeses. I thought I'd bring some of that too.
Let's check my daughter's alive.
Our
Okay.
daughters are alive.
Our
Okay, so
daughter's
what's her
alive.
funny? She's got a
So-
funny story, people.
So the 4-year-old, $8 dinner. There was no dinner left. Like
Oh,
everything
this
was
is a good
done.
one. This is the one you told me. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then
While
she's
she's
like-
talking, I'm opening up a
Oh,
new
yeah,
brand.
yeah,
This is
you
White
open,
Claw.
you open.
White Claw raspberry and grapefruit.
And she's like, I'm hungry. I want
What
to
time- this was
I
late
want
at night.
dessert.
This was
it was
late at
like 9:30.
And she ate
she's
dinner
sitting
already.
with and she ate dinner. And she's sitting there with my husband. The boys are ready for bed. Anyways, and I'm like, what? You want some broccoli? if you're hungry enough for ice cream, you're hungry enough for broccoli. She goes, yeah, I like some. And I was like,
You're like, okay, that mom
okay,
backfired.
that I don't actually have broccoli. How about some red peppers? Want some red pepper strips? She's like, okay, sure. So she finished a whole red pepper. 9:30 at night after whole dinner.
Did she have dip with that?
No,
She didn't even have dip with that.
no, she didn't eat the white part, but
That's right.
No.
That's raspberry. You got raspberry. This is White
all
Claw.
right, let's try this.
I got this is the grapefruit. No, look if you can see my dented can, because this is the one I dropped.
This is a little bit more powerful. I don't know. White Claw's never been my favorite.
White Claw. I don't think it's sweet enough. But then there's those people that are like, I don't like sweet. It's too sweet. I don't want sweet. I want sweet.
Let me try this.
That's a grapefruit. Grapefruit. You can't go wrong with grapefruit. Grapefruit is like and no matter what brand you use, grapefruit is always a good one.
I think the dropping made it taste better. Yeah, I don't know. I'm always been
Oh,
sold on
the fact that I
Truly.
dropped this one?
Yeah.
Yeah, but truly, I still, yeah. Even though this one has more sugars and more carbs,
Really?
I feel like the Trulies are sweeter. Or maybe, I don't know. They got it going on with the flavoring.
This tastes more like a gin and tonic in a can. This one is more like a. Trulies are more just like water, fizzy water with
Like
alcohol.
yeah.
This would be good with a gin and tonic. We should try
Yeah,
that.
these would be good with the gin and tonic.
Try that.
Or, I wonder, what other drinks do we use with seltzer? Gimlets, gin and tonics.
Yeah, I'm not a mixed master.
Oh, I do. I'm an equal opportunity alcoholic. I'm not just a wino.
Well, I mix, but I just don't go by recipe usually. Put it that way.
I don't either, but like you know what like tonic water does, like make stuff with tonic or seltzer or 7-Up or something. So, okay, so you survived the 4th of July.
Yes, even though we had crappy fireworks here.
Yeah.
Or like it was like, ooh, zucchini. It was like, well, you were here. There was like lightning and thunderstorms, but they were like way out at the ocean. And my husband was like, no, we're not. We are not stepping outside of this house.
You were in Greenville.
Come on, no, we were here.
You were here.
We were here. But I was like, come on, it's not like it's gonna lightning on us. It's like out at the ocean. Let's just go on the deck. It's like, nope, not doing it. I'm just like, then when the kids wanted to do it because he was so stubborn about it, I was like, dang it, really not?
Did you see my post that like our fireworks didn't go off until 9 o'clock because they had to wait for to get dark?
Yeah.
And it sure as shit at 8:59, like the freaking rain started. I'm like,
Yeah.
I sugared my children to keep them awake till
I
9
know.
o'clock to like go see the fireworks.
And it rained. And it
And
thundered.
rain, and I was like, and so my daughter's like afraid of the thunder and the lightning, and now she's afraid. And then I like dragged her out to this like really great like photo like spot to view them. Right?
Yeah.
She's scared of the fireworks. She's scared of the lightning and thunder. It wasn't raining at that point, so they could actually do the fireworks. But like the kids could care less. All they cared about was the dollar store glow sticks
Yeah.
and like poppers. I was like, well, we could have done this without all of this like
Could have
drama.
done it like 2 hours ago.
I could do that on December 20th. Like, we could have
right.
done it any day of the year.
I know.
I don't know. I think what it is.
Oh well,
Yeah, well,
it happens.
we're super good parents. We're watching our children intently
Yeah, I'm
at the
sure
pool.
you can see our children. If you see anyone
If you see our
drowning,
kids
let us
drowning,
know.
somebody,
Please be like,
somebody
hello,
comment.
someone's drowning.
I'm drowning.
My daughter just started swim lessons again.
Oh, she
She
did?
yeah, she doesn't really need them. She knows how to swim,
Yeah, she's good.
but she like wants to do it because her brothers do it, right? You guys know that.
Yeah, as soon as, like, yeah, that's totally it.
Big brother does it.
And I want to do it.
Sister.
Uh-huh. I get that a lot with my daughter because, like,
Oh,
my, you like that one? My daughter was in summer camp. And they, like, went to a water, and she's 4. And they went to a water slide park one of the days this week. And like the caregivers were like, you know, they wanted to watch all the kids and be by the lifeguards and everything like that. And the next day, I, you know, so she went to the water park, you know, whatever, no problems. Then the next day, I go to like drop her off or whatever, and the teachers are like, "Your daughter is like crazy good swimmer." I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, okay, whatever. I don't know. I don't know. Whatever. And they're like, even the lifeguards there were like, yeah, we don't even need to watch her. Like, she can go down the slide, she can swim her, but we don't even need to watch her. She's just that good of a swimmer. And I'm like, it's probably because, like, her brother chases her around the pool. Or, like, she wants to swim like her brother. Like, the first kid is always, like, hard. Like, the first kid's hard. But, like, the siblings that follow want to do whatever the older sibling does.
and they listen.
What?
Sort of.
What do you mean? Well, no, your daughter is different.
That's one word for it.
No. Your daughter has got... She's insane.
So, I never knew what great attention span she had. And I'm kind of mom bragging right now. But
Mom brag. I just
mom
did.
brag at the rec center at our super ghetto gym in Greenville. Love you, GFAC. But they have, you know, free kid care. And they'll do anything with those kids. So kids ask for Play-Doh, they give them Play-Doh.
Mhm.
Paint comes out.
They play with your kids. They don't
They
just
play.
like sit there and talk, you know, look on their phones.
Yeah, it's not
and put a
TV.
video in the TV.
It's not like, here, play with this, like, tablet-y thing. But anyway, so apparently she sat there for an hour gathering My Little Ponies. She set them up on her table, making a little still life scene. And then she put 2 pictures out, and
Did she make a diorama?
and she made she copied them the way they were set up. And the best part was the googly eyes on everyone. Everyone had a
Shut
googly eye.
up.
And glitter. And they were like, she's been doing this for like an hour.
What, honey?
Can I dry off for a little bit?
Yeah, their towels right over there. She can dry off for a little bit.
It was funny though.
So, I don't know if you saw my post today that I put out there on, you know, on the line.
Strawberries.
No, they are not strawberries. They are peppers. Would you like a carrot?
Yummy.
No. So yes, now she found the chips. So I put it on the line. Thanks, Tom. Give me a chip. Put it on the line that my son and my daughter are in summer camp together. But they're in different age groups, so they're in different classrooms. They do different schedules. I got an email last night saying there was a outbreak or an incident of lice
Terrible.
in our one of our kids had lice, and I was like, oh crap. And it happens everywhere. Like you get it, and it's so common. It has nothing to do with like cleanliness or hygiene. It just shit happens, and like kids get lice, and it spreads like wildfire, and it's so hard to get rid of and eradicate. And so I was like, ugh. And our kids in it, like, this is not the first like lice scare we've had. Like we've had it at other preschools and stuff too. And I was like, oh crap.
And it's and you probably had it with like boys' hair before where
Yeah, but with
you
boys'
really-
hair, you just cut it short and you can see it. With girls' hair,
Yeah.
it's just buried in layers and layers and layers.
and then
of hair.
there's no way to keep their hair on. There's
No.
ties everywhere. So.
And then it gets in your clothes, and it gets in your bedding, and it gets in your hats, and then it jumps, and then your other siblings get it, and
It's not okay.
there's no way to prevent it. It's bad. So, the only thing you can really do, they say that there's some natural oils that lice don't like. They don't like rosemary oil. They don't like tea tree oil. They don't like coconut oil. There's certain oils that they just that gets give you. So you can like,
Yeah.
but, you know, there's nothing proven. Like there's no scientific evidence for it, but one of mom's and there's no like telltale prevention. So yeah, so here I am. Like I went straight to the like Walgreens and bought a whole bunch of tea tree oil. Like lathered my kids in tea tree oil. But there's like
And they smell awesome.
they smell awesome. But you know there's shampoo. But now there's someone said to me like you know that like lice have built up a tolerance to tea tree oil. So like the new one is mint. The new like therapy is mint.
That's easier to take out than tea tree. Tea tree's like,
It's very
you
strong.
can smell it.
Mm-hmm. But so I learned a lot about lice. Now I'll be putting a blog post out about that later. But
Yeah.
so now, but apparently like you can have lice and it doesn't like appear for like a week and a half. So let's next week when I do one of these wine tastings, we'll see. What do you need, Zana? You want one of those?
Can you open it for me?
I would love to open this for you.
Mom, why are there
Here you go, Zana. Here, go away. Here's Zana. Here you go. Go away. There you go. Love you. Mean it.
I'm gonna have to take this with me. I like this.
That passion fruit.
To say.
I had their mango and I had their pineapple, and I like the mango and the pineapple.
You got a lot of lime truly to use up. I may have to bust out the vodka for that.
Mmm. That'll make a good gimlet.
Yeah?
Mmm.
Or a gimlet, yeah.
So, we talked about trampoline parks.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about summer camps. We talked about pooping.
Awesome.
We talked about seltzers and alcohol.
I saw some love on the
No,
pooping.
what? We got a heart on the poop.
Hard on poop.
Heart on poop. I love poop. Everybody poops. Yep. There's some information out there about like the, you know, stuff that you can pair with these seltzer water, seltzer. You can't call them seltzer beers. Hey, Kimberly, how are you? I've been thinking about you a lot today. But yeah. So verdict, favorite of the flavors, which is the favorite of your flavor,
Passion fruit.
and favorite of the brands.
I don't know.
I want to just quickly ask a question. Did your son bring those?
No.
Her son is walking around in flippers, and we don't know where he got the flippers.
No, we don't.
We just don't
No,
know.
just casually walking around.
Just casually strolling around the pool in a pair of flippers. We don't know where he got them.
No.
Flippers.
I like this brand. This brand's a little more.
Which brand?
Live.
Your brand is that Bon and Live? Bon and Live? Okay, the Bon and Live is it's a French and fancy. We're gonna call it, she likes the French and fancy brand, but she likes the truly passion fruit flavor.
I do, yes.
I'm really intrigued with the pear. Of the ones we tasted, I kind of like the pear flavor, but I do like the Truly brand the best. I think I'm gonna stick with the Truly brand, but maybe stick with the tropicals.
I have like.
I know.
A
Dude,
bunch.
I have 3 cases of this stuff
So
in
many.
my refrigerator now that I have to drink between now and like August 1st because I'm leaving on August 1st. I'm leaving on
Are you?
August 1st, people. I don't know how I'm going to drink 3 cases of sparkling, spiked sparkling.
You gotta just have a party put on for your movies on for kids all day.
Popcorn and sparklies. And Melissa. Yeah, so
Yeah.
I'll have to figure out a way to drink all of this between now and August 1st, plus the wine that I have in my house.
What wine do you take?
You want one? Oh, I know. Kimberly, have one, Kimberly. Are you with your daughter? Super fun. Like, grab one. Like, I don't know if you like these sparkling. You had some when you came to visit, so like, yeah, you got it. Those were the Trulies. Truly brand, I believe, is my favorite, and we like our flavoring is kind of very much like very personal, like an ice cream. But we did not try the Smirnoff, and we did not try the Corona Frescas, but I hear those are damn fine too. So, y'all, next time you're in a grocery store and you see them, think of us, and our lice, and our pooping, and our trampoline parks, and our summer camps, and our pizza in the pool, not
the
pizza
pool.
at the pool, pizza in the pool.
Flavored from pool.
And yes, and dip. I'll post this recipe for the cucumber crack dip, and some information about the sparkling seltzers or hard seltzer. I want to know if there's a difference between sparkling seltzer and hard seltzer.
I don't know. That's a very good
Thought to
question.
ponder, and I still don't understand how a drink that is made from fermented sugar could be Lower in carbs and sugar free. I don't know.
It's a very good question.
It's gonna keep me up tonight. It's gonna keep you up tonight. It's gonna keep her up tonight. Totally keeping us. All right, y'all. We love you very much. Oh no, yes. Oh, I will save you a few, Kimberly, for sure, because I will have 3 cases of them. So, all right, it's time. We got to close it up because we got to be responsible moms with our absent husbands. Don't even. Let's not even go there. That's a topic for another wine tasting. We love you, hubbies. All right, guys. Wait. Can you just do this with me? Love you, hubbies.
Love you,
hubbies. We love y'all, guys. Have a great...
I haven't got my drink yet, Mommy.
We're giving the kids a bunch of Kool-Aid and letting them eat pizza in the pool. So, you do you, people. We love you guys. We'll see you next week. What do we want to taste next week?
Hit that subscribe button and hit that little bell.
Hit
To
that
turn on
subscribe button.
notifications. Become
He's been watching way too much
I don't
YouTube.
know what.
Yeah, I don't know
But
where to get
hit
this
that little CNT button down
subscribe
below.
button. All right, whatever. Go away. We love you. Yes. So, comments down here. Let us know what you might want to taste next week. What do you want to taste next week?
I don't know.
We're gonna have to figure that out.
Here you
Next
go.
week, we're gonna taste.
question.
Vote on what you want to taste next week. All right.
Champagne or milk?
Yeah, that's an easy answer, but I love you. All right, bye guys.